From the imagination comes the story of a man.
Joe, come on, boy, let's go. Grass is waiting for you.
With the mind of a child.
Yeah, Cybo Man. He came to see me.
Cybo Man. Comics, right?
Yeah, Cybo Man.
And a doctor.
Virtual reality holds a key to the evolution of the human mind.
With a vision of the future.
I have a game in my house that you might like to play. Would you like that?
Yeah. Okay. That was really bad.
I have different games. I even have one that could help make you smarter.
Now, Job Smith is about to enter the world of virtual reality.
It's gonna hit me!
No, Joe, just relax. It's gonna be like being up there with the stars, Joe. Like going to another planet. His mind is like a clean, hungry sponge. I just graduated to the next level, Joe.
You're not the Lawnmower Man. Well, you've certainly changed. I don't know how you did it, but I approve.
I absorbed Latin yesterday in less than 2 hours.
Joe, where are you? Oh, Joe.
A world where the normal course of events can suddenly turn inside out.
You realize, Dr. Angelo, that my intelligence has surpassed yours.
The imaginary becomes real.
Trying to get inside my head, Joe.
You can't hide anything from me, Dr. Angelo.
And reality
We have no idea what he's gonna do.
is all in your mind. The Lawnmower Man.
Perfect. As we go on and as we proceed through this wonderful month of damn it white people, something else is going on outside right now. And that's nothing, because we all been quarantined. We all been told to stay in our homes in fear the corona is going to come for us. Or as like the white people like to call it, the Chinese are going to kill us all. They're going to give us 5G and they're going to make us all drown in soy sauce. That's what President Trump said. Look it up. Anyway,
Congratulations. Like, D, congratulations. You just made, we're not even 1 minute in and this just turned into the most problematic podcast ever. Good for you.
Here's how you make it unproblematic. This podcast is sponsored by Canada Dry Bold. Drink it up. All right, we're good.
Canada Dry Bold. As a 5 out of 5 black moms say, drink this, you're going to feel better.
Which is very much true, because that ginger in it will kick your ass. So there you go.
I still haven't had it. I still hadn't had it. I had that Sprite, that little Sprite ginger shit they had out.
Wackest shit ever. Don't drink that shit.
Okay,
folks.
Look. I will defend it. I will defend it only slightly. It has a good bite to it. That's about it.
It's not Canada Dry, so maybe that's my mistake.
It ain't Canada Dry. It ain't Seagram's. So
that drink, first of all, that drink was designed, and I'm going to say designed. It was designed to be what America thinks CC Lemon should taste like with all the wrong ingredients.
All right. No. Y'all gonna say, people gonna say I'm wrong for this. I don't care, and I don't care if that falls into you. That Sprite ginger tastes like what half black people would taste like.
Wow. Halle Berry half black, or
I'm talking who's my boy? He was in Detective Pikachu. Justice.
Oh, that dude that was a half white, half Puerto Rican dude or whatever.
Yeah, Justice not Smith. Whatever his last name is.
Justice Smith.
Justice Smith.
His name is Justice something or something like that. Whatever.
Oh, you're right.
Whatever.
It is Justice Smith. Holy shit.
Oh, it is. But yes, it tastes like him. Like clearly, if Canada Dry is Michael Jordan, then Sprite Ginger is clearly Lonzo Ball. So
there you go. There you go. But anyways, I'll say this. I think this might be the second Stephen King thing that we've touched on this show.
I think it's our first. I believe this is our first, actually.
Okay. Just wanted to know.
And Eris, this finally comes to a head for me. You and I used to love that one joke from Meatwad that I misheard. I misthought what movie that was. And he said, remember that movie where that one guy's a dog and the other guy's a dog and they had Lance Henderson in it. I said that was Lawnmower Man. Me and Eris laughed it off. It stuck around me because I knew what movie he was talking about and one word short. Well, it was a movie that we already talked about, and a movie that's quite wonderful, and I suggest everybody go back to it. Listen to our podcast of Man's Best Friend. It's
oh yes,
serious. But that was the movie that Meatwad was talking about. I have no idea why I thought it was Lawnmower Man.
You know
Lawnmower Man, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
What it is this. Lawnmower Man is this. This is a Stephen King. Is it Stephen King? Yes. Is it really Stephen King? Fuck no.
Yeah.
But it smells like a Stephen King movie, though, doesn't it?
It's, what we talked about hackers, and so when we talked about with hackers, right? They always had this idea of what Hollywood, for some reason, when it came to cyberspace and anything computer related, they always went very over exaggerated. And Lawnmower Man is a case of when you go full tilt nuts. This is 1992.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like they took, all right, you guys like max headroom? Okay, we're going to have some sequences with some max headroom shit. And then we're going to have you, hey, you remember those things in the malls where you can spin around in different 360? Yeah, we're going to throw that in the movie. And then we're going to throw computer jargon at you. And then boom, there's Lawnmower Man. That's what Lawnmower Man is. It's a bunch of 90s shit throwing at you.
You know what it is, Chris? That thank you for that. All that was a perfect example. But do you remember where actually I think y'all both can remember. Remember back in like 93, 94 to like 95 where VR was they really started actually, when you look at it now, they were in the infancy of starting with it. But you remember how they were talking like this was going to be like a revolutionary thing and all the rest of that?
$35 at Pentagon City if you want to do a VR game. You remember that?
I never did it.
How can I forget that? How can I forget that conversation?
Hey, Mom, can I get on VR? How much is it? $35? No, get your ass over here. No.
Well, if you don't take your ass down, boy, I just took you down to the arcade. No. What you want up here? I remember my dad yelled at me about that but here's the thing. Remember when virtual reality started coming out?
No. I was agreeing with you. I was like, yep.
Yeah. But do you remember how that was going to change the whole fucking world? The whole landscape?
Game changer.
The whole landscape was going to change. Video games was going to be faster. We were going to end up fucking in real life online and shit.
Hey, me and D talked about this on the Demolition Man podcast. That was the future. Still hasn't happened yet. I'm kind of
actually, they got apparatuses for it. I don't know how well they work, but we're just now getting the sex technology. It took long enough.
Well, don't forget. A decade ago, it was just 3D glasses, red and blue.
Nigga. It is kind of funny that now we have finally gotten to the point where VR is actually pretty damn good. It's just now getting to that point where they're starting to do different things and all the rest of that. And they're starting to make it ain't like demo reels no more. Remember when the PlayStation Move first came out and they were trying to figure out how the fuck to work with it? Same thing with the Kinects. They were really trying to make you feel like you were in the game.
I'll take it a step further. Hey, D, you remember we went to Richmond Comic-Con and we went in that 3D game?
Yep, that was the Oculus.
That was great. That was
dope. That was the Oculus, and we knew that the Oculus Rift was going to end up changing the damn game, and it has. It truly has when it comes to the VR. But here's the thing about it. what we're saying VR is being used in is what? Video games and probably some tech stuff. That's about it.
Yeah.
Not becoming a fucking demigod.
Yeah.
Like this is going to break the human genome if we could use VR.
Movie felt
fucking
like
how?
Lawnmower Man, sponsored by Babbage's and Radio Shack.
Like
wait. Like AD, sponsored by Babbage's and Radio Shack, distributed by Electronic Boutique.
Don't forget about, like, you guys like Lawnmower Man? Well, you're going to love our 15-page spread on the making of Lawnmower Man in this month's issue of Wired magazine.
I remember specifically walking past a Babbage's at Tyson's Corner, 1992. I remember this Babbage's actually had a mock-up of what like a 3D like game was and stuff at the time as one of their displays and stuff. So when I'm watching this movie, I'm just like, I kind of remember that. But then also too, we have to remember too that the Virtual Space Industries, which is Pierce Brosnan's doctor works at, what is with the laboratories being in very dark, danky places?
Because
that's how it always was.
That's how Silicon Valley looks like. Dark, gloomy, evil.
You mean it was never happy? Like. It wasn't happy and weed induced like it is today?
I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, that's never been the case, sir. And even today, I'm pretty sure the marijuana use is very tolerable, okay? I'm pretty sure there are people just out there, you know, in the middle of Silicon Valley, you know, poor as fuck. That doesn't happen.
It's between this and the Net's way of showing Silicon Valley, like, oh, Silicon Valley, so you're just buy your home by yourself on your 56K computer. All right, cool, I guess.
Yeah. Inside this house where you're like, nigga, what's your job again?
I can order pizza on 56K. This is great.
Like, yo, man, all these like now see the Net. Oh God, has that crossed my mind a couple times? Only because, and God damn it, D, only because perverted 12-year-old D still lives in my mind, and that motherfucker like, yeah, remember that time Sandra Bullock was laying down looking all sexy? Yeah, let's look at that movie again just for that one part, D. Maybe we can jerk off to that. I got porn now.
I'm just there for the typical trope of the 90s where you put in a floppy disk and that saves the world.
Nigga, stop. Look, check it out. I was watching one of my favorite episodes of Mystery Science Theater and Riff Tracks also is Time Chasers. Now, the one that Mystery Science Theater did that was so good was at the very end of Time Chasers, where follow me here, guys. This plane could travel through time. This regular prop plane could travel through time. And at the end of the movie, he was like getting rid of all the files, right? And he was like typing on there. And Kevin Murphy said what I thought. It's amazing that the world can end on a 3-inch on a
3.5-inch floppy disk.
No, on a 9-inch floppy disk. I mean the fat one, the old ones.
Yeah.
And it was like
disk drives.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the disk drive, yes. He was like, he's like, okay, forget all messaging, yes. Forget all the movie, forget everything that happened in this movie, yes. Well, wait a minute. He's still alive, so technically he needs to kill himself if he want to get rid of her.
Here's the thing. So, Pierce Brosnan plays Dr. Angelo, and he works for, like I said... As I like to call, Dr. British. Yeah. And he works for Virtual Space Industries. Now, here's my thing. They're trying to get intelligent soldiers for the military, obviously, disposable soldiers. They basically wanted to use chimps to be the disposable shoulders, to the point where they have a chimp hooked up to like a helmet, and he's shooting a fucking damn gun, and I was like, what wait
Real talk. When that visor came down, y'all, we knew it was about to be that. We knew it was about to be action, dog.
I'd like to point out it was such a long time since I've seen this movie. I had to stop the movie and say, am I watching Lawnmower Man?
Exactly! I did the same thing. I did the exact same thing.
Wait, hold up. Am I getting punked here? Is this the wrong movie? Oh, this is Lawnmower Man. Damn. Okay.
Just shit that I do, you skip into the middle of the movie.
Yeah. I had to skip to see Jeff Fahey. I was like, okay, Jeff Fahey's in there. All right, cool. All right, we're in. But like...
Wait a minute, are they speaking English? Yeah, they're speaking English. Okay, good. Everything's right.
The monkey escapes from the laboratory and it runs across Job, played by Jeff Fahey. And Job, Hollywood in the 90s, they were problematic in terms of showing special people. People like to give crap to Cuba Gooding and radio. You might want to take a look at Jeff Fahey playing Job Smith.
No. See, Jeff Fahey could talk English. Radio could only say 4 things.
Okay, fair.
Radio and stop making
Simple Jack.
Stop. That was right. Don't blame me. Blame Robot Chicken for making fun of that. Making fun of.
But like Job, he's the wow.
Chris, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
He's the retard of the movie, y'all.
Yeah.
He is the retard.
Gotta put that in quotes there. The retard.
Do you want me? Now, let me just be honest with you. Am I calling him retarded because he's mentally handicapped? Fucking no. He's stupid as fuck. That's why I was retarded. Well, Dwayne, you know that word can really spark some people off. Yeah, I know it can, but that's not what I mean by it. I understand, D. That's what you mean by it. But, people will hate that word. Well, that's retarded.
And he works for the church. He's the ward of the church, according to Father Francis. And Father Francis, he's a son of a bitch. He's a typical Catholic person that's like, you're doing evil. You get lashings.
I know. Here's the thing that killed me about that. Now, you're kind of skipping up, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's go to that right there. Yeah. You remember when I told you that this movie, and I said this offline, but I'm going to say it right here. This movie smells an awful lot like a motherfucking Stephen King movie. There's just tropes everywhere in this. Now, granted, there is no writer. Is there an abusive father? Yes, there is. Mm-hmm. Is there a person that's a religious figure that makes the whole religion look bad? Yes. Is there a woman being abused for no fucking reason? Kind of.
Oh, man.
There are a lot. Is there an evil presence that's there that's not explained, very well at all? Yeah, there is. All right. There's a lot of tropes of a Stephen King movie in this. But here's the fun part, Chris. This was a short book, a short story written by Stephen King that had nothing to do with any of this shit.
And I'm dead serious. To a hour and 40-minute movie.
This is what you want to know what it was about. This guy was, of course, a writer because Stephen King. Guy was at work. He's like, I need somebody to cut my grass. So he hired somebody to cut his grass. Now, he never seen the guy who cut his grass. He'll just see the grass looking good. So one day, he knew his grass needed to be cut, and he was going to stay at home. So he stayed at home to wait till the guy show up. When the guy showed up, the guy was completely butt naked, cutting the grass, wearing a virtual reality helmet, and somebody else was cutting the grass. It was stupid. It was stupid. How did you get a whole entire movie out of that? Is a level of what the fuck Hollywood and Hollywood jiu-jitsu that I do not know how.
Oh, by the way, I watched the director's cut, so my shit was like 2 hours.
2 hours? Mine was like an hour 40 something.
Oh yeah, so you got the regular theatrical cut. Yeah, the director's cut. Yeah. The director's cut basically, the only difference was they added some extra scenes like so basically the doctor when the after the ape escaped and actually no, let's talk about it for a minute. So the ape escapes and Job comes across it. And he calls the ape Cyberman, who's based off a comic book character that he reads. And he's helping the ape out, patching him up and stuff because like the ape got shot trying to escape. And all of a sudden, the place that Job lives at is surrounded by the basically the security people from the actual facility where he escaped from. And long story short, we get a glorious slow motion shot of the monkey getting shot to shit, like lit up.
Hey man, ain't every day you see Bubbles the monkey get hit up with the 50. It ain't every day you see that.
In the director's cut, Eris's boy from Breaking Bad, Dean Norris, he plays a director.
Yeah, and he's not none of that. He's not none of what you think. He is what you call probably one of the worst villains you will ever see. I mean, cheesy.
Yeah, this villain was really bad.
Yeah, he has a talk in the director's cut. He has a talk with the doctor after the ape gets lit up and stuff, and that's what spurs the doctor talking to old boy about like I'm gonna bounce and stuff, and he tells him, "Oh yeah, we actually own all your ideas and stuff in proprietary. So just saying, you can quit, but you can't do that shit in the private sector because that's basically what he wants to do is dip off in the private sector and continue his research and not do it for military." And I'm like.
And I loved it because the one part I loved about it was as soon as he gets home, he's like depressed. His girlfriend's sick of his ass. He's always walking around shirtless.
Well, Pierce Brosnan had to show off the 6-pack abs and shit because he's a doctor. Obviously,
I don't know how you can see it underneath all that fucking hair. Good God.
Like seriously, you really want to say he had to show it off when he's walking around with 10 pounds of man bush on his chest?
Well, that's some white guy shit right there. Cause I don't know no black dudes. Well, never mind. We did talk about old boy from Jason's Lyrics, so never mind.
Yeah, CJ, leave that alone.
Yep.
Black men have a weird history with chest hair. We just do. I don't know.
It's there.
It's a weird subject. Let's put it that way. It's a weird subject.
It's there. It exists, but it's funny. It's like. Because for how mainstream society took the piss out of quote unquote nerds, it's funny to me that he's the scientist, he's a super smart guy, and they had to find this way of like, all right, but Pierce Brosnan is a very good looking dude, so how do you make him a nerd without making him the nerd? Oh, I got it. Let's show him without his shirt to show how ripped he is. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean.
Also, but hold on.
Now hold on. This would not be replicated. Hold on. One more thing. It's funny you say that, CJ, because this would not be replicated until many years later. A little movie by Sam Raimi called Spider-Man shows up, and we get to see Peter Parker when after he gets bit by the spider, he takes his shirt off and realize he got an 8-pack out of nowhere.
That's so unfair to show a teenage kid.
I couldn't tell he was a teenager. He looked like a grown-ass 35-year-old man. Blame me on that one.
It's amazing how Tobey Maguire looked so old for the part, but yet he looked young enough for the part.
It was a weird time for him. It's like, for some reason,
like,
Hollywood...
Clearly like, hey, little man, get to school, but at the same time, like, hey, you're not supposed to be around those little girls. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? It was because he was in Seabiscuit and he looked youngish in that movie. But I'm like...
He looked younger in Seabiscuit!
Yeah. So it's like you watch this movie, it's like, all right, he's a super smart guy. You know what? Also, too, they put him in like the loose clothing and the loose shirts, so
let's make him baggy and let's make sure he hasn't shaved in a while.
Yeah,
make it look rugged. Yeah, that's what nerds look like. They look rugged. They look like they don't wash themselves. Yeah, being a writer in the '90s is awesome.
So
fuck the king. I'm gonna write my own Lawnmower Man.
So we talked about the father getting the lashings.
No. What happens is Jeff Fahey works with an old guy named, what's his name? Tommy, right?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, that nigga works with Tommy, and he works with a dude named Tommy, and all of a sudden he goes out to he's over like, all right, come on, let's go. Like
Jeffrey Lewis with the Irish accent.
Yeah, I know, with a good, strong Irish accent. And then what makes it better is that he goes over to the gas station. Somebody's like, hey, you can't be smoking here. What you gonna do about it, retard? I'm like, oh. I was thinking to myself, and also having knowledge of the movie before, I'm like, oh God, he's dead. He is fucking dead.
Well, I mean, it's the father and that guy, so I'm like, I'm already tracking down a list of who's gonna die.
Now the father. Now let's go also there. Now that guy, we said, yeah, the bully that works at the gas station is going to die. Then you look at when he goes over there and he cuts on Pierce Brosnan's lawn and all that shit. right beside him is a kid that like plays with him all the time. He's a young kid. Now you see him in a bunch of movies. When he in Shazam? No, he wasn't in Shazam.
Austin O'Brien, a.k.a. the kid from Last Action Hero.
I was about to say Last Action Hero and My Girl 2.
Mm-hmm.
And My Girl 2, yeah.
God, you've invoked that goddamn sequel.
You know, here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about that. Do you know how many motherfuckers actually stand for that movie?
It felt like a very contractually obligated movie. Like, well, we killed off Macaulay in the first movie. We're gonna bring him back? Nah.
The most memorable. I gotta be real with you. I don't know what the rest of the goddamn movie was about.
I just know the second movie dealt with her and her parents, I think, or some shit. I don't fucking know. I just know everybody.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember she left. She left her home. She went somewhere.
I just remember back then, you know, a lot of everybody was like, "Oh man, that chick grew up now," and I'm like, "Okay, all right, I guess, cool."
It's like we got nothing.
I got nothing there. Like, what you want me to, like? That's the selling point here. All right, cool, I guess, man.
Let's also bear in mind that this is Austin O'Brien's first movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yep. Oh, interesting.
Lost in the shuffle of many white kids in these kind of movies and stuff, because I always get him.
I like to call those white boys kids with backwards hats.
Because he kind of reminded me of old boy from that kangaroo fucking movie.
Oh, wait. Which kangaroo movie? Unless you're talking about Kangaroo Jack
the one with the elements. They had the wind, the metal, and all that shit. Warriors of the something.
Warriors of Virtue.
Yeah, I get them confused a little bit back then because they wore the same clothes and shit, and I'm like...
I should have picked up on that immediately as many times as I invoked that movie.
I know, right?
Oh, you keep on doing it. We're never fucking doing that shit.
I don't want to.
Oh, I'm about to say, you wanna? Because he doesn't. I don't think Chris is that.
Now here's the thing.
Chris rushing me.
I ain't rushing it. I'm just like, that was a thing. That's all I'll say. So here's the thing. One of the things that we found out when it came to the monkey and stuff, it was the company was pumping the chimpanzee with these drugs that kind of makes them more aggressive. And that's why the monkey came out with a gun and was shooting the shit out of everybody and stuff. And then when it analyzed Job and noticed that Job, he's retarded and stuff, but Job was also nice, he kind of calmed down and stuff, even though he was a little aggressive and stuff. So when the doctor figures out, okay, I want to figure out another way to continue these experiments, but I want to use one human, hey, I'll use Job, but I'll take out the aggressive drug and just keep it normal.
And he does so, and it's and there's slow growth in his progress. Now, remember, he had to stick with a needle and all that shit. And I'm just laughing at myself, thinking to myself, yo, that motherfucker's gonna freak out, but he's like, don't worry, it's not gonna hurt. Like, ow! Yeah, it didn't hurt. Like, there you go.
But I like these kind of films in this degree because to see Job's progression of getting smarter.
Yeah.
It's actually fun to watch. It's a fun way to watch it.
I forgot to mention the other two people that were going to get killed. Like, number one, we already mentioned on the bully, the gas station bully guy. Number two, kid's dad, who what you call he beats the kid. And I say, is there any spousal abuse? No, but I'm pretty sure it is because that motherfucker just sounds like a, God damn it, who burnt dinner? You did it again? Slap. He seems like one of those guys, you know what I mean?
Only thing missing is a Budweiser can, and that's it.
No, he's a piece of shit. You mean Coors?
What's the difference? What's the difference, man?
It's white people, like, look, Budweiser, I can't say, like, come on, man, that's too easy. Let's stop going for the major beers, and let's go for a beer.
I always go for the white trash beers off rip. That's all I'm saying. It's just,
you know what it is? Let's go for a beer that describes who the fuck you are. You drink Coors, meaning A, you're clearly Republican. Number two, all right, so I may have hit my wife that one time, but that was something so totally different. You would got to bring your liberal-minded ways into it. That was between us. We were adults.
Oh, that's why I wrote. Okay,
Unless
so I forgot. I wrote down in my notes too, since you bringing up cores. I brought up the random fact that the doctor had, when he's injecting the shit into Job, right? I put in the note, notice the random 3 bottles of cores in the corner of the refrigerator with the rest of the medicine.
Yeah, I noticed that, yo. Like, oh, shit.
The doctor drinks cores.
Here's somebody getting twisted off that Rocky Mountain, nigga. Seriously, no bullshit. If you drink cores to me, you clearly saying, well, guess what? I want my piss. Everybody say that beer tastes like piss. Well, if I want my piss, but if I'm going to drink piss, I want to make it really, really taste like piss. That's why I choose cores.
Now, here's the interesting part. We're talking about when he gets injected. When he gets injected, the doctor also puts on the 3D glasses and stuff. And Job is off in his little cyberspace world and stuff, and the doctor is kind of also outside of it, got the power glove on, and he's doing little things to his brain and stuff like that. And Job is kind of like experiencing, I guess, his brain starting to energize and stuff, and then it's showing all these demonic pentagrams and stuff as this is happening and stuff, and I'm like, why is there demonic pentagrams flashing in his face?
The transmutation circle just stopped popping out of nowhere.
It's like equivalent exchange supposed to happen here? What's
Look, I will not sit here and let you two bring in a better story from a better anime into this piece of crap. You two stop that right now.
Right, Ernest. This is an anime at this point. This whole thing's an anime. Speaking of which,
only thing missing is Pierce Brosnan having the fucking glare on his glasses and pushing them up on his eyes. That's the only thing that's missing.
Yo, I'm surprised Pierce hadn't did that the whole movie. Okay, you know what, Eris? Now that you bring it up, I just thought about this. What type of fucking game? I got the little racing game they were playing, but you know the part where the spikes were coming down? I'm like, yo, how are you controlling your speed? I don't get the game right now. Like, it looks like it's terrible to play. Like, the controls are bad. You know what I mean?
Well, this is what happens when you take a part of the power glove and you try to work with the circuits inside.
Yeah.
As if you can make it any better.
Yeah.
Power glove. It's so cool.
So bad.
I'm about to say, you got that wrong, CJ. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
I tell you, it was so bad. Job having the hots for the fucking neighbor chick that randomly looked at him. And I'm like, what do you see in that guy that wears Oshkosh Bagosh, lady?
You want to know what she sees?
It was 1992, CJ. Leave him alone.
You want to know what she sees? I bet he give me that dummy dick.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I know he a virgin, but I'm going to tell him what to do. And I know that motherfucker's packing meat. So he just going to be slamming hard, not knowing and shit.
This is interesting because at this point, Job is actually, like, speaking like a normal person to a degree.
To go back to the other person. We didn't explain why your boy, Father McClanahan, I don't care that ain't his name. That's what I'm calling him. But we didn't all explain why. I love that Job. What did Job fuck up on? Like, he didn't. Oh yeah, there were termites there.
Yeah,
there were termites in the church.
Yeah,
and Job hasn't been doing his job.
Where is he at? He's always around.
Oh, you're like your namesake. You're going to bring the wrath of God upon you. And Job sitting there all sad, points at his belt, and the father starts, I'm sorry. And I'm thinking to myself, white people are crying right now, how sad it is. It ain't sad. But you know what every black person like? Try 300 years of that. Try 300 years of that shit, nigga.
I mean, I've been beat with the belt before, but you start getting lashings, you might want to start questioning on whether your parents were abusive or not, man.
I just love how the only way he can have a house and all that is to be a perfect groundskeeper. And if you fuck up, I'm allowed to beat you with a fucking belt.
Dude, well, you know what was crazy? Is like when Job starts becoming smarter to a degree, right? I like how...
Oh, it's slow. It's a slow progression, too. Yeah. It's a slow progression, but, like, I agree with you. It's actually probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah, when he slowly gets smarter, it was at one point he's reading this little, I don't know if it was like a comic book or just like a regular like magazine and stuff. And the father came up behind him like, what is this that you're reading? Now, his brother, meanwhile, sticks up for Job. Like, come on, let him read the book. Let him wise up. Let him get smarter if he wants to. Like, come on, like, what are you doing? You know? But, and it's done in such a wacky way. It's not even done in a serious way at that point. But like I said, Job is starting to slowly get smarter and smarter, and they always intersplice it with him going back to the Dr. Angelo, and he's in that virtual reality thing and stuff. And I'm like, okay, where are we going with this, guys?
Okay, and everything. And it's great because even when he's getting smarter and all that, your girl noticed that he's getting smarter and all the rest of that shit.
His clothes is changing, you remember, because all of a sudden he starts wearing them differently over time and stuff. He can drive now. It's like, oh shit.
There's a reason behind that too, Chris. Remember the day before, when he was reading that book and like you said, the father tried to beat him. He grabbed the belt. He's like, no, you're not allowed to do that no more. And I want to buy my own clothes. I want to be my own man. Like, and there's going to be some changes around here, nigga. We need a plan, B.
I was about to say, who's this guy think he is? The human Johnny 5?
Well, kind of.
It's like when you grab...
It's the same come up, kind of.
It's like when your parents beat you, you grab the belt, mid-swing. That's basically what happened.
I mean, the fact that he's getting progressively smarter over time.
Well, just the fact that also, too, Dr. Angelo is reporting back to his company about Job, like, quickly speeding up, and the company being the company that they are, I think we can militarize this shit.
I like it, too, because his partner at first is all like, this is amazing, so when are you going to tell the council? And Pierce is like,
So you think, wait, hold up, real quick, back up. I got to back up to when he said that we can militarize this. You're saying this off of an alpha build.
I know, right? Well, I mean, you know how these movies are, though. These movies always, when something goes right, it automatically say, all right, put it out. And I'm like, that's...
But there's been no testing, no further testing. We
talked about that with Hollow Man. Remember we talked about that with Hollow Man, where, let's say, again, if Kevin Bacon never lied and he gave them the serum, you know how many soldiers that will go nuts at that point, taking the fucking serum and they can't get... Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Look, CJ. Look, I'm willing to put, first of all, CJ. Look, let me explain something. I'm willing to put anything past Diet Albert Wesker. Okay.
I mean, he is.
Look, I am. That's all I'm saying. I mean, given his convictions, his crazy personality, the fact that he drives a Porsche and knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I take that bet.
True. That is true. 100% true.
Now, I do have a question for both of you guys, because I really wanted to ask this at the beginning. Who do you think had a bad day? Since both of these movies are kind of similar, given the animals, the monkey in this movie or the outbreak monkey?
I mean, is that really a question to ask?
I mean, I just want to know who had it bad.
I really thought you was going to mention the gorilla and motherfucking Hollow Man. I'm like, that nigga died.
No, I didn't even want to mention that one because he, like, first of all, that one was a girl. She turned invisible, then came back to life, and then it was weird. In that movie, I saw a dog get killed, so I can't even count that.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You know, look. I think the monkey in this movie got it worse. Only one reason. Like I said, it ain't every day. It's not every day they go, the whole fucking police force or military or whatever stops you, come out there and says, fucking get them. They shoot you and they walk over to you. Fuck, it's a hero sandwich. Speaking of which, also, how did you like the aim my motherfucking nigga Bubbles had when he put that motherfucking shotty to that nigga's chin?
I mean, yeah.
He blew that nigga's shit right off. I'm like, yo. Anyway.
So my man.
Your boy Joe, you know, he walks over
he looked at us as the last time you give me green bananas.
Motherfucker.
Hey, I like how Job has finally gotten to the point to where he turns into Denim Dan and he's slinging game to old girl that was standing
Yo,
at him.
this nigga show up wearing a nice little croc shirt, got the nice Dockers on, got the nice motherfucking.
Oh, them shit's Levi's, sir. They ain't Dockers. Levi's, sir.
Them Dockers, nigga, them Dockers. For one reason. Why? It's the only shit that was at the motherfucking church that he could fit.
True.
But he went over there spit game her. I like how Tommy was like, go over to her. Go ahead. Fuck the lass.
I mean, look. She clearly, when she was at that gas station, I was like, dog, she was ready to give them shits up right then and there.
So you want to pump my gas?
yo, I'm just laughing.
Good Lord, if you could have made that any more obvious.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, but also too.
I know. You know what the best part about it was? Your boy over there getting his feelings. Like, wait a minute, he's talking to that motherfucker. That nigga dumb as shit.
Oh, you
he
sure?
doesn't know.
Are you sure?
Nigga don't even know the color yellow, man. He's fucking talking to this nigga.
Oh my god, man. You know, so this is where we get to the point of the movie where Job all of a sudden he goes full blown heel turn. Because they take him to the
before he went full blown heel turn, I just got a shout out for my boy. He smashed too, by the way.
Oh no, we were getting to that. I'm just saying.
Nah, he smashed before he went heel. Remember that?
No. Well, I'm saying, this starts it and stuff. He went to that company and they put him in the fucking 360 spinneroonie shit, and he's going through the virtual reality, and they pump him with the fucking damn adrenaline and drugs, and the doctor, Dr. Angelo, didn't know.
You know why we know they were the bad drugs? They were colored red.
Yeah, he has the little LED lights going into his head, and they turn red all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, he gets, he comes out of the machine like typical of these movies where he's like, "Are you fine, Job?" "Yeah, I'm fine." And then you get that little glint in his eye that he got some aggression in him.
Just that little bit, just so the audience know that he's a bad. He's
about
full
to turn
of bad.
bad. He's about to turn bad, guys.
Turn bad. About to, the milk has gone sour.
I'm sorry. You know what? As a kid, I still to this day, I'm just like, I would like to go on one of those little spinny things. That'd be nice. That'd be dope.
Been on one of them? Let me tell you something. This is one of the most 90s things you can get in. It's not that big of a deal. Trust me.
Oh, okay. So, as Dee pointed out, also Job is out there mowing the lawns with no shirt on, so that's really heightened the aggression of old girl, like just straight saying, "Hey, go ahead and just put this dick in me right now. Just do it."
I'm surprised for a motherfucker with advanced motherfucking thoughts and all that shit. He didn't just walk right up there and just like made like real like love for like an hour and a half.
I mean, she busted out there looking at him with the lemonade and shit, and old boy was like, "Oh shit, Job, do it. Let's go."
Hey man, get it.
He's like, "Fuck the lawn. Just go up there and fuck her, man. I don't care. Do it."
I can't do it. This guy's like, "Go ahead, do it for old Tommy. Do it for old Tommy boy." Oh man.
Also, I think it's safe to say that lemonade was very unsweetened. Just putting it out there.
Oh, that lemonade was unsweetened.
Shit, no sugar. It's just
zero.
Maybe, look, man, maybe Stephanie knew how to make it properly, okay? Gosh. I don't think that was her name. I'm just saying her name.
I don't know.
But I know one thing that happened, Chris. This has happened. And you could probably say, well, D, I don't think that happened. That's debatable. But we know what happened when they went upstairs. Job, crack that pussy open.
on them silk sheets, by the way. Silk sheets, sir. Silk sheets.
Put her on.
Go ahead. Go ahead and play shy.
Put that shit down.
I don't know, man. Hold on, this is
92.
This is 92. So what? I mean, are they playing Broken Wings? Is Broken Wings playing?
92. No, I got you. 92. Tell me how you.
Are you really gonna do this? You really gonna do this right now, D? You really gonna give this dude? You really gonna give this dude Michael Bolton? Really gonna give him Michael Bolton?
You know they was, nigga.
I mean, I could be like, Yamo be there, up and over.
Oh, man. Nah, real talk. No, God, that didn't come out. What year was this again?
92.
92.
Fuck, that didn't come out yet. Actually, yes, it did. Funny How Time Flies didn't come out at the point, did it?
I don't think so.
Janet Jackson, Funny How Time Flies.
Funny How Time Flies. That wasn't that off of Control?
That's what I'm thinking. I thought that was off of Control also.
Hold on. We're loud. Hold on.
Nah, actually, D. No, wait, D. Just to keep it off. No, hold on. Just to keep it on Control. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Let's Stay a While.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, 1986. You're right. Yeah, it was on Control.
Oh nigga, they fucked to that shit. Oh,
Yeah,
and look,
Let's
and
Stay a
everybody
While.
knows. And look, and everybody knows the sexiest part of that song where they break it down. She's like, I can't stay. That's when you bust a nut in your girl, man. So anyway,
You're staying now, aren't you?
stay. You stuck with me now, bitch. Wait a minute. What do you mean I gotta take care of the kid?
No, Plan B.
No, remember, this is 1986. Ah, damn. Guess I'm gonna have to throw your ass.
Now, so after that whole scenario and stuff, and the doctor takes him back to the lab, and he does even more tests to show that he's more smart. Job ends up, this again, showing his more aggression. He starts freaking out inside the fucking damn cafe. Like, he's starting to look like everybody's, like, his vision is looking like a computer vision. Because he's basically already in virtual reality.
Look, dude, it ain't every day that motherfucking Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber comes into your cafe and start grabbing his fucking head. No, because he started to hear everyone's thoughts. That's right. Through the power of psychedelic drugs and virtual reality, this motherfucker became Professor X. You tell me how he got it. You fucking tell me how he did it. So let me get this straight. Now, that was the whole point of what Pierce Brosnan was trying to do, was trying to enhance the capabilities of the human mind.
Yeah, basically.
That was the whole point.
Like, he went from a simple mind to making him very super smart, essentially.
And all it took was pumping him full of aggression drugs.
Well, progression drugs, and also doing some virtual reality thing with his brain to where he's switching certain things in part of his brain and stuff while he's in virtual reality. It's very weird because like Job is in virtual reality. He's all amazed in there and stuff. But Pierce Brosnan has on the fucking power glove, and he's like switching things on the TV screen with the glove. And I'm like, so you're doing, okay, all right. So you're.
And see, that's the thing. I get it. It's a movie. You're not supposed to think too hard, but I'm just being real. The human brain doesn't work like that.
Well, I mean, he became Professor.
Work like that.
I mean, he became Professor X. The dude literally moved the glass after he fucked old girl that night and stuff. And he moved in the mirror, and he's like, "I got psychic powers, yeah."
That shit that got me. That motherfucker was in the bathroom. I'm like, so you know what that motherfucker did, right? He was when he was smashing them cheeks. He brought the mirror into the room, had the mirror be right in front of him, just start flexing.
Now, when he said, hey, now hold on. When he said, hey, I got psychic powers. Here's me. All right, Tetsuo. When you turn into a blob, don't say anything to me.
Now, here's the thing. He gets the bright idea to bring old girl to the back to that company so they can both kind of have a virtual reality moment together.
Yeah, they have virtual sex. And I got to be honest with you. There's already a lot of grunting and stuff coming from Jeff Fahey anyway, but all of that was just nothing but air. Look, I was watching this at work, and I had two people like, what the fuck are you watching?
But here's the kicker. He ends up wiping her brain clean after that.
Yeah.
That whole experience wiped her head clean, basically.
Because remember, he turned into like a creature and like stuck her. I don't know what he was doing to her.
All I know is she was in a very much. He's controlling her at this point because there's one point where he's mowing the lawn psychically, and she's laying on the bed like she's having an aneurysm, but then she's looking at him, and I'm like, so is he controlling both of them at the same time? Maybe.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't pick that up. That's actually pretty good. I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, but also the doctor.
It looked like she was just she was just catatonic. She was just like laughing for the rest of her life or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, to go on with what you said, I was like CJ about, is he controlling them both at the same time? Here's me. Hey, yo, check out Psycho Mantis over here.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
I can't stop touching myself. Stop it, Job. I'm like, come on. Like, what are we doing, Job? What are we doing?
No, here's Joe. Here's Joe. Yes. Now, pick up that bat. You know what to do with it. Look, and then he looks at he looks at the camera. Is it going upside her head? Is it going inside her vagina? Either way, I'm going to have a hard-on at the end of it.
So it's at this point
dark humor. Anyway,
look, this movie's already hitting dark territory at this point because Job finally, since he's got to this point, the company tries to capture him, and he's already outlined his manifesto. Like, yeah, so I'm gonna take over the world, take over all the world's computers. So let's get this popping.
No, hold on. It makes it work. Now, here's the thing. Now, we have been skipping a couple. We're not skipping because, good God, this movie, at least to D, said...
I'm the one that saw the 2-hour version. You saw the short and sweet of it. So.
Yeah, I know, but this movie took its time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they definitely did.
Sweet time. So there's a lot of stuff that did happen that added to a scene here and there. But even then, there's nothing important to talk about.
I mean, it's a lot of tense moments between Dr. Angelo and Job because they're talking to each other, and he's really, and this is before Job got the psychic powers, he's really trying to understand how smart Job is really getting, essentially.
There was at one point, and I'm not really sure if it happened before he flipped or after, but he did tell him straight up, "I'm smarter than you."
I think it was before he went full healed. It was kind of like he was starting to like really wise up and stuff. He's like, I think I might be smarter than you.
Yeah, because it was after he got injected with the stuff. Yeah. It was after that. And this is one thing we didn't mention. We mentioned Dean Morris, but we didn't mention what he is. See, Dean Morris is the head director of Evil Co. Evil Co.
Dean lied. It is Evil Co.
You know, anytime you see a video board and all you see is face, nothing else, just face, that's Evil Co. And Dean Moore, I can say this is exactly how Dean Norris acted the whole movie. Well, I would trust you to have that under control. Would you? Like, yo, like the whole movie, that was like, when he first talked, here's me. That's going to be your whole motivation for the rest of this movie, isn't it? Mm-hmm. This little shit right here. And all right here, I'm not telling you to stop him. I'm telling you to hurry up. There are many people that are waiting on us. And there are much, much more money that would be waiting on you. Isn't that right? It's like, yo, it's like, why? Like, Evil Co. That's what they are. He works for Evil Co.
I mean, it's to the point to where at one point the doctor and them meet up with him and he's telling them, hey, look, man, Job is getting smart. He might take over the world. And the director's looking at him like, yeah, that's not my problem. You know, I'm just saying, you know, is he ready or not? And I'm like, but he's just
dumbass.
That's actually more of a you problem.
Exactly.
Not necessarily a me problem.
And then the nigga that worked with Angelo gonna have the damn nerve to say, like, why would you stop this when you were making new breakthroughs? And then after Angelo left, because I would have left too. Fuck all y'all niggas. He left. Here comes Dean Morris. What other project are you talking about?
Well, hold on, D. You forgot. We have typical science guy flips off on his superiors because Pierce Brosnan at one point flicks off and I'm like, you don't understand. Job is getting smart. I'm like, dude, chill. Yells in British. I get it. All right.
We must
Yells in British.
Yells in British.
But like you said, Dean Norris is just saying what
like,
project.
Hold on. AOCJ reacts in BBC.
I'm sorry, not what other projects. He actually said, what new strides are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Meaning that, wait a minute, what else can this smart motherfucker do? Oh, you didn't know? This nigga, your ass would know because this nigga can move fucking rocks. He can read minds. Pretty much, he is the ultimate. Pretty much, he is what you want to be. I said it before. He's Professor X at this point. And I like how when they go out there to try to capture him,
it does not go the way it goes.
First off, he goes on a little bit of a killing spree because remember, before they showed up, he took him home. He took care of Homeboy's dad. Homeboy's dad had to go out in one of the stupidest ways I have ever seen in a movie. I have seen bad horror movies before. This one took the cake on this one. This motherfucker's just sitting up in this, like sitting up in the house, watching. I don't want to say WrestleMania, but he was watching wrestling, and all of a sudden you hear like a lawnmower. He's like, "What the hell's that?" You see the lawnmower bust through the door. I'm like, no. It starts trying to eat him. He's trying to find a way out of there. I'm like, yo, nigga, move. Nigga, move. He ducks around, gets out the door. Hold on. Finally, he ducks around and get out the door. As he gets out the door, here comes the lawnmower chasing him. It goes airborne. You get a POV shot of the nigga running away with the blades turning. I'm like, no, this is so stupid.
I had to pause it because I was laughing my ass off at the wacky. Like, the movie is supposed to be so super serious because Job, when he's doing his killings, he's in his skin-tight black suit when he's doing the killings, right?
Looking like some nigga that's going to say, man, y'all niggas don't like Tron? Man, y'all, man.
Nigga, you say Tron, he look like fucking the shit from that the New Adventures of Johnny Quest World and shit.
What? Wait. Stop.
You never watched that show, did you?
Stop. No, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Did you just mention... Oh my god, oh man, you mentioned Quest World. What? You know what, Chris? Alright, Chris. When you mention shit like that, of course you like Venture Brothers more than fucking Rick and Morty, you fucking nerd.
I'm sorry, time out. I need to point something out to folks here. Hanna-Barbera, in their infinite wisdom, for whatever reason, they, for some reason, was like, how do we spice up Johnny Quest? Throw him in virtual reality. Genius!
Why?
And you know what?
It had to be
you want to see Bane in 3D!
And you know what? It sold toys because they had toys where it's like, you could be Johnny Quest in Quest World. And I'm like...
It sold. I know they made them. They ain't done bullshit they sold.
Here's the kicker. They sold them, and when you look at the commercials for them, they sold you on a show. Then when you watch the show, they're only in Quest World for like 5 minutes.
Like only at the end of the shit, yeah. Oh god.
Dude, that's what happens to Job. Job has his fucking motorcycle next to him. He kills him. He kills the fire. He kills the father by lighting him on fire in horrible CGI, by the way.
Dang. It looked like when I saw him die, I'm like, yo, why like, like in an early '90s music video, they would have those same effects to be like for fireflies.
Mm-hmm. They look like some windows. Hold on. What was? Yeah, we had early Windows. You know what? I gotta ask you this. Let me ask y'all this. What sort of software were they using for those effects?
Apple.
I mean, because it's just because
it's
so weird.
I was gonna say
me,
MS-DOS. That was MS-DOS.
Yeah, that's clearly Macintosh shit right there, bro.
I mean, because the effects for the fire, and people talk cash shit about effects now, but it's just like back then, I have to imagine the amount of work just to get that effect.
You ain't lying, man. I think that's the one thing, we always mention this, years when it comes to the evolution of CGI. It took a minute.
I mean,
yeah, it did.
I mean, it
took a minute, man.
Because I have to imagine that, because the way he goes on fire, it looked like they went piece by piece with his body instead of his full body going on fire.
But the shit that got me is when his whole body got on fire, it just looked like a really, really bad demo reel of somebody being on fire for seconds that you could get in like
that shit was cutting edge in 92 though, man. We were like, oh shit.
Who the fuck was we? D didn't watch this shit until like 2007.
And I saw this shit on, I didn't see this shit till 95 when it was like on Showtime and stuff. And I was like, man, look at this.
You know what, as a kid, I have to ask this one question. What was the Super Nintendo game like?
Oh, those shitty-ass cash-in fucking damn things on this basic movies.
Pretty freaking bad.
I never seen the Lawnmower Man video game. I know it existed because it was always on the fucking shelf and no kid rented it.
I remember reading a Game Pro magazine where actually it was EGM, and fucking Sean Baby, who always reviews bad video games, reviewed this movie and gave the fucking video game based off this, did the video game like a 2 out of 10 or some shit.
I believe it.
I think he gave it a 2 because, well, I like Jeff Fahey, and I was like, yep, that's it. That's him right there.
I say honestly, we just hang back and wait for James to do a video on it, because you know AVGN will talk about.
Now, he kills old boy at the gas station in a very funny way.
I like how he gets hit in the face with the motherfucking gas cap. I mean, but with the gas on pump. Mm-hmm. I like how he hits him in the face. And then all Job did was walk this nigga down. Then looked at this motherfucker long enough until the power of virtual reality.
well, you know, only thing that was missing was Job coming up to him and saying, "Do you believe in God?" You will now.
Well, you're about
that was the unenthusiastic version of "Can you fly, Bobby?"
It really was.
Yeah, it really was.
What happened was he looked at him long enough until his virtual mind power, his virtual reality powers went into his mind and made a big creature of himself with blades in his mouth eat up his brain. So now you're dumb now because that's how
brain did.
Again, Chris, how really?
Well, I mean, it's to the point now. You know, here was a funny thing.
Hey, CJ. He fried his brain enough to where he's only gonna remember Radicate. I had to do it. I am sorry, but I had to do that one.
I was expecting that. That's why I was sitting there like, where is this going? There we go. There he goes.
He's only going to remember Radicate.
No, it got to the point to where they're looking for Job after he's going on this killing spree, and Job is chilling in the doctor's house, mind controlling his wife while his wife is making salad. And he's going downstairs talking to Job, and Job is pretty much plugged in.
Pretty much?
Well, he is plugged in.
I'm about to say.
He is plugged in. And it's to the point to where Job, he's trying to get peace of mind, and he's like looking at the doctor like, yeah, I can control you, Doc. I don't know why you're trying to control me. What's going on?
Because Chris Brosnan keeps trying to push him back, and he's like, no! He's like, why are you trying to push me back? What are you holding back?
This is acting.
Now, here's me. Now, real talk. I'm just going to be honest. How are you able to block him out your mind?
Because he's the main character, D. That's why.
Okay.
Main character powers.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know that plot armor also, worked in that same fashion. I'm a dumbass for even saying that shit.
I'm just laughing how Joe put the virtual reality goggles on him. Like, come on, doctor. You can come to a special world where you can be like me.
Yo, I like how Job killed the other two dudes by turning them into balls 3D, and
it's called breaking up their molecules, D. That's what he was doing. That's the movie's version of breaking up molecules. And I'm like, okay, cool, I guess.
Yo, nigga, I'm just saying, every day a golden-headed flower shows up on your front lawn.
God, man.
I like how Dean Norris had videotape of that shit happening, and I'm sitting there like, Where were the cameras?
I'm sorry, if I see my man getting disintegrated, my ass is saying, you know what, you got this, dog. I'm out.
You got this, dog.
I'm out.
Real talk, and you can probably say, well, he's using his brain powers. Okay, fine. But they were at least like, at this point, this is the third act of the movie, but it felt like almost most of the third act of the movie, he was very shootable. Like, Joe, like, shoot him. Like he was like, yeah, you can bring up the fact that he was probably using mind control powers, but at the same time, shoot him. See what happens. Shoot him. It's like Brightburn, man. Remember when in Brightburn where the dad shot the kid in the back of the head, and we were like, keep shooting? It's sort of like that. Just see what the fuck happens.
Just see what happens. You know, hey, worst case you die.
But
right?
fuck me, anything can happen, bro.
No, but like you said, Dean Norris is taking this shit pretty much in stride. Like, okay, 2 people got disintegrated, and I guess we can gotta figure out a next plan of action on this, because I'm clearly fucked.
And I like how, and your boy goes back over there. All of a sudden, he has a change of heart. Like, hey, Angelo, I fucked you over, but it's time for me to repay you. I'm gonna make sure you can get in here and all that shit. And I like how it didn't take long for Joe to find this motherfucker. And basically, he disassembled, reassembled him over and over and over again.
Yep.
Like he's in a constant state of hell. And I gotta be honest with you, your molecules breaking apart probably is painful, but at the same time, I gotta think it gets to a point where it's not painful at all because everything's just, ripped apart from the brain. Why would your brain still feel anything? Why would you still feel anything? I don't know.
I think if the one has taught us anything, having your molecules ripped apart is not a good feeling.
Nah.
I bet it ain't. Listen, I bet it ain't.
Oh, we also forgot, as he's going to the scientist place and stuff, his Irish compatriot gets shot in the chest and he goes apeshit on the sniper.
Tommy, the nigga that he did nothing this whole game. But I like how at the end of it, he's like, where you want to go, Joe? Like, let's go, Tommy. All right. Tommy's like,
oh, he's gung-ho, like, all right, I guess we can go somewhere.
I don't know what was mind control and that nigga really being, fuck these niggas. Let's roll, bro. I can't tell.
Man, I was waiting for him to say, hey, where'd you get that suit from? That shit look nice.
That shit, Joe, that thing's fire. Where's you getting, son?
I gotta be honest, him getting shot just came out of nowhere. I was like, why couldn't he just drop him off and just chill in the truck? Just like
hold on. What was the suit that Hans Gruber said he had? London. What was the suits?
Ah shit.
Not Lords of London. Was it Lords of London?
It might have been Lords of London.
Hold on, fuck it. I fucked up the line. Doesn't matter. Anyway.
So they get there, and that's when Pierce Brosnan decides, all right, I gotta take Job down. Hey, that's a nice sniper rifle. I think I want to use it. I'm like, that's not going to work, Pierce, but okay.
Okay, try. Fuck it.
You can try.
We ain't got no rules. Fuck it.
But this is where the movie gets weird to me with Job, because we get full CG Job, and it looks weird.
Man, you know what, Chris? I always ask myself, hey D, what would Kenny Omega look like in fucking 18-bit graphics? Well, got my question.
This looks like the prototype of the reboot show.
Yo, and you know what I liked about the CGI? That mouth movement doesn't mean shit. Nope. Because it goes from tiny mouth openings to super wide mouth openings. You know what they like doing? This shit. Raw! Because it's easy to animate.
Hold up. This came out after RoboCop 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's about on point. On point, because Kane had that same reaction with the computer thing with his face.
I forgot about that.
I mean, and just the whole thing with Job,
his
godhood and him like, okay, I'm gonna take control of all the world's computers, and he's being denied because Pierce is like hacking into it to keep himself out of it and stuff. The whole sequence with him and Pierce it's weird as fuck. It is.
You know what? You know what, Chris? I got you. Our boy Scarface has something to say about that whole sequence. Hey, yo, wrap it up.
Well,
Wrap that shit up, B.
it's the longest 5-minute countdown ever.
Nigga, that scene lasted for so long.
That was a smooth 20
minutes. No. See, first of all, y'all both know that that's not the longest 5 minutes in history. The longest 5 minutes in history is Frieza versus Goku.
Oh yeah, that still holds the world record. That's still
GOAT, nigga. That's still GOAT.
World record levels. Even in Kai, it was still hold world records.
I'm just saying, man, you ain't beating that shit, man. They caught that shit up, and that joke still motherfucking 18 episodes.
It's like, sure,
dude, that
sure it ain't 25,
first of all,
but it's 18.
First of all, that 5 minutes was long enough to make 2018 blush.
Yeah.
You ain't lying, nigga.
Yeah, I mean.
You ain't lying. You know what? No, you know what? I'll take it one step further. I say 2018 didn't end just a month ago.
So the good old doctor manages to get out of Job's grip by virtue of it planting a virus in there not to give Job access to all the computers, and Job is losing his mind like, access denied, and then everything blows up.
I like how, because Job's ultimate plan was to get out of whatever little system he is in and invade the whole world.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself a couple of things. Number one, all it would take is somebody yanking out a telephone cord, and that will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, why the fuck, like, okay, you're going to infect every system. You do realize that you are like 7 years away from Norton software being made, and you're going to be good as dead when that happens. Yo, real talk. Because Norton's was which was better, McCaffrey or Norton's? What was better?
Norton's was the gold standard for a while before like McAfee jumped in, and then at that point, if you had a Windows computer, you just use Windows Defender and some of the third-party ones, which were better than Norton and McAfee.
Some of the third-party ones, I'm going to say third-party ones are the best ones anyway, man.
Yeah.
But, but still, that being said, I'm just looking at that like, yeah, he would be a problem for a while, but I don't know, nigga. Windows 95 was revolutionary, so...
But it's at this point that the doctor decides he's going to burn all the research that he had and stuff. And he does it, and that's when the movie ends with him getting a phone call.
Oh yeah, because what Job said was, "I'm going to let the world know of my presence by making every phone in the world ring at the same time."
And sure as shit, he picks up the phone, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hello," and there's like a little faint noise, and then boom, it cuts to everybody's phone ringing at the same time. And you're like, "Oh, so Job actually reached his you know what, this movie was fucking Lucy before there was Lucy."
Yeah.
So let me get this shit straight. So what's the next plan?
He's pure energy now, sir.
He's Captain
Captain what?
Captain Atom.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I got a question though. So actually, it's not a question. This is a statement. This movie was stupid. How is it, damn it, white people? Oh, it's damn it, white people.
I find it funny too that Stephen King was so pissed off about this movie, he sued them to get his fucking name off the damn title.
Yes, he did. This was one of several movies that Stephen King did that too.
He was like, "Yo, this shit is nowhere near the source material. Get my fucking name off this shit."
About my story that made no fucking sense. This story that doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes mine look bad.
And also,
looking at the Lawnmower Man and being upset.
Like it's bad enough. Like you mean to tell me I got to do this again? I just went through this with The Shining. Now I got to go through it with this.
Oh, and also New Line was being assholes that they kept the fucking his name on the fucking home release of the movie.
Wow.
See that right there?
I'm sorry.
See that right there, CJ? That is petty and finding a loophole all at once.
Wait a minute, hold on, Chris. Who? This is New Line, right? That is Warner Brothers shit right there. That is Warner Brothers shit.
Now, we probably won't talk about the sequel, but what I find funny...
Oh, probably? Nah. There was a sequel to this?
Yes, there was a sequel.
Yeah, there was a sequel. There was a sequel to this, and guess what? The Austin O'Brien was the only one to come back for the sequel.
Austin came back. They found a loophole to bring Job back by saying he got plastic surgery, and that's why we got Matt Frewer as Job. Guess who wrote the treatment for the script, D?
Who?
Grant Morrison.
What?
To the point that the company that made Lawnmower Man 2 did the movie without his involvement, despite using his treatment.
So wait, what? Wait, what happened?
They produced the movie.
Yep.
And they used some of his treatment in this movie.
It didn't thank him.
Nope.
Hey, Chris, again, that is some Warner Brothers shit right there.
Funny thing is that the company also, when they had him, when he wrote the script, when he wrote the initial script, they wanted to turn Lawnmower Man into the X-Men. They wanted to have like a kind of X-Men vibe to it, basically. Which I'm like, why? Why are we doing this?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's...
I'm confused by all of these. This movie, look.
New Line, man. New Line. I'm telling you, they just, like, why? What are we doing?
No, that was them throwing shit at the wall, waiting for Wes Craven to give them something. that was right there, yeah.
I mean, it's... I'm just looking at Austin O'Brien like, I guess he jumped at it like, I get the headline of a Lawnmower Man movie. You know nobody else is coming back, right? Yeah?
You know that, right? Yeah, but, work, man. Also, my fucking girlfriend says she's pregnant. You know what? You know how hard it is for a kid that's 15 to have a kid at this moment? God, man. Fucking bitches. Like, this nigga old, man.
Bitches, am I right?
Nigga old. Shit.
Now here's the funny thing. So opening weekend for this. A lot of heavy hitters. Father the Bride. Wayne's World.
Mm-hmm.
Re-release of The Great Mouse Detective, which is funny as shit because that movie made a ton of money even for a re-release.
I remember.
That movie was good.
Gladiator.
Wait a minute. This is 92. That's a different
No,
Gladiator.
this is another Gladiator. This is like a street. Yeah, this is Columbia Pictures. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Memoirs of an Invisible Man, which is low-key an interesting Invisible Man movie. Low-key.
Yeah.
It's a comedy because it's Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. I remember that one. I saw it.
And Medicine Man, and rounding it out, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
So there was stuff in the movie there. When was the release though?
March 6th through 8th.
Actually, this is actually the anniversary. I was gonna say we're shy of that.
2 weeks after
that anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks after March 6th, 92.
Yeah. I mean, the movie did pretty good at the box office. So clearly they was just like, let's do a sequel, and I'm like, no, you don't need to do a sequel, guys. No.
Like, bruh, $10 million budget. $10 million budget. This movie made $32 million in just the U.S.
Oh yeah.
It made his money back.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's kind of funny the way I had to look it up myself. I felt that this movie kind of did slow down Jeff Fahey when you really looked at it, because from that point until about 2000s, it was kind of scarce for him.
Jeff Fahey,
I mean, he was in stuff, but then was
he was king of the direct-to-video market movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, in terms of mainstream movies, what was he doing mainstream movie-wise, like, that you can really think of off the top of your head? Outside of Lawnmower Man.
Nothing. And that's the thing. Because after that, in the 2000s, he got into that niche that a lot of actors from the early 90s and late 80s did. Television. NCIS, CSI, do an episode of Law and Order, do an episode of this drama, do an episode of that drama. He's been in a bunch of them. And good for him, real talk. It worked out for him. He ended up being in Lost.
Yeah. Oh, funny thing about that though.
You know what I'm saying? It worked out for him anyway.
I was in California, and I forgot about Jeff Fahey for the longest time, right? Watching Grindhouse, and he's in Planet Terror, and I was like, oh shit, Jeff Fahey is still alive?
Yep, he was in Planet Terror. I forgot about that.
I remember watching it because I forgot about him. It's just, there's certain actors you just forget, and it's just like, oh shit, he's still alive.
And we done been doing enough of these movies where we can say, yeah, there's a bunch of them actors that like that. And they hit that stride. I think what really did that really for me was the start of that started with Nash Bridges, and CBS was like, holy shit, we could bring low tier B-star actors of the early 90s in this bitch.
Oh yeah, side note, he was also in a show that, well, I'm pretty sure, Eris, you might have watched the Wu Assassins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Hey. Yeah, so yeah, Jeff Fahey, and you know what's funny? I'm shocked that Pierce Brosnan's career, nothing like went bad for him after this movie. But then again, GoldenEye kind of blew him up though. Honestly,
well, say, dude, he was James Bond after that.
Yeah, I mean that's how you go from Lawnmower Man and then boom, GoldenEye.
Arguably, everybody will say that's one of the top 5 Bond movies of all time.
I mean,
speaking of which,
the best video game ever.
Yeah, that too. Speaking of which, we're on that right now. I got a question, guys. We'll get to James Bond one day, will we?
Of course we will.
Yeah, but I offer this.
What you say?
I offer this though. If we do it, I say we buck trend and talk about the Timothy Dalton James Bond, because those are the ones that like I watched. You know, the other ones, but the Timothy Dalton ones was my intro to James Bond, low key.
I get that. My idea was, and tell me this is good. We pick randomly.
Yeah,
we pick randomly, and I'm thinking because I want to do because me personally, I want to do a good Daniel Craig one. I want us to do Skyfall. I wanted us to do GoldenEye. I really wanted to do GoldenEye. I've been wanting to do GoldenEye for a while.
Also,
I wanted to do Diamonds Are Forever. I wanted to do, oh God, the one with George Lazenby. Oh fuck it, Her Majesty's Service. Yeah. I wanted to do, like
also,
I said,
lowest of low keys. We also, you know, this just for shits and giggles, James Bond Jr. just because of how wacky that fucking show was.
I never watched it.
Oh, you never? Wow.
Never watched.
Yeah, I watched that.
Never watched it.
Yeah, James Bond Jr. Yeah.
I never watched it.
Yep.
I never watched it, but here's the funny thing. Yeah, I wanted us to do that, but Pierce Brosnan, he's been in a bunch of stuff. Here's the funny thing. 2 years ago, we did our first Pierce Brosnan movie, which was Foreigner, which I gotten some people to listen to, and they like the movie now because of the podcast, and I feel very happy about that shit. My son wants to watch that movie from beginning to end now, which I'm like,
give me the names.
I'm like, there's sex in it. He can't watch it. but still, I'm like, you know, that made me laugh. I was like, so we gotta do Pierce Brosnan. This will happen. This came up, and thanks to Eris Waterman, next month we're going to be doing a movie called Live Wire, and Pierce is in that too, isn't it?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. On everything. Yes.
And then if I'm mistaken, we're also going to do Dante's Peak, if I'm not mistaken. Is Pierce in that too? In Pierce in Dante's Peak?
He's the lead actor. Him and and old girl from Terminator. Shit.
In the Hamilton.
In the Hamilton. Yeah, they're the husband and wife. And only thing I remember from Dante's Peak, the grandmother saving the family's life by diving into the boiling fucking hot water to push the boat away.
Yeah, that's going to be a part of, if I'm mistaken, Damn Nature, You're Crazy. You scary. Damn.
That is a great name, sir.
I got that from Family Guy. Damn Nature, you scary. but that being said, I'm going to watch. I'm going to also have us. I'm sorry. I just can't wait for us to talk about how Delroy Lindo got gravity squeezed when we talk about the core. I am ready to see that fucking movie.
This is the end for you. But anyways,
died because he was black. Yeah, that's the only reason why that nigga died, man.
Yeah, FYI, folks, you can't jumpstart the core of the Earth with a fucking nuke. All right. No.
That's stupid. That's just
This movie says, hey, but this movie says, why not?
You know what? There's so in a world where we just talked about Lawnmower Man, where they just made fucking cyber warfare up at the top of the list. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I guess you can't jumpstart the core of a bunch of nukes. All right, cool. Gotcha. Fuck it. And you get DJ Qualls as the awesome fucking hacker because reasons.
I forgot he was in that goddamn movie.
Yeah.
All right, look, all right, that's enough. All right, so next episode we are going to talk about species, and I'm really contemplating if we should take off a week and we do 1 and 2. I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet, but
I'm just there for Natasha Hendricks' tits. That's all I'm there for. So, you know.
I knew. Look, see, you know what's the worst part about that? You beat Eris to it, and I'm mad at you. I'm actually
he
mad.
really did beat me. No, you did beat me to it.
I'm sorry for
but it's all
taking your
good.
shot.
You
on that
forget.
one. Sorry.
You forget. Eris is titties. I'm ass. I'm anime titties. He's vagina. That's how it goes. Why do you always fucking forget
I
this?
don't
Chris?
know, man. Because let's be
Start
real.
buying it.
1990 Chris in 1995 was enamored by tits. That's just how it is. You know, you're just like, oh shit, I can watch Species, and my parents won't say anything.
Congratulations, nigga. You were 10. Anyway.
11, sir. Put some respect
I
on
was
it.
11. Those breasts are magnificent. Oh, God. See y'all next week, nigga.
All right, ladies.